Aristotle believes that happiness is the greatest and most important goal in life. He explains that every action we take aims at some good, but the highest good is something we pursue for its own sake, not as a means to something else. Once we understand what this highest good is, we can figure out the best way to live. Knowing this helps us make better choices, much like an archer aiming at a target. Happiness is unique because it is complete and chosen for its own sake, unlike other things like honor or pleasure, which we seek because they make us happy. To understand why happiness is the highest good, Aristotle says we need to know the purpose of human life. He argues that humans are different from plants and animals because we have the ability to reason. Our true function is to use this reasoning ability in our actions. Living well means performing this function excellently, which is done through virtue. Therefore, the highest good is living a life where our actions are guided by virtue. Achieving happiness requires understanding and practicing virtue. Aristotle identifies two types: virtues of thought, which involve reasoning and learning, and virtues of character, which are developed through habit. Virtues of thought come from teaching, while virtues of character are formed by repeatedly doing good actions. Just as we learn a skill by practicing it, we become virtuous by consistently acting in virtuous ways. For instance, we become brave by facing fears, and temperate by practicing self-control. Aristotle stresses that human happiness is reached by living a life of virtue. This involves both learning about virtues and continuously developing good habits. His work in Nicomachean ethics focuses on exploring these virtues and how they help people live well. Ultimately, Aristotle sees ethics as a practical guide to living a happy life, rather than just a theoretical discussion.